Good morning, everyone. Call meeting to order. Rise for the pledge, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Sheriff, want to open us up tonight?
Let's pray. Heavenly Father, I thank you for this day. Thank you for people of Antrim County. Thank you for the talents and abilities that they have. Pray that you would be with our new deputies and officers as they wrap up their field training, head out onto the roads. Pray that you would keep them safe. Pray that you would cause them to be at the right place at the right time. If there be citizens in Antrim County that need assistance or help with an emergency. I also pray that you be with our elderly, also our Meadowbrook. Pray that you give them health and strength. Pray that you be with this meeting. Give us wisdom. Pray that you would give peace, especially between Russia and Ukraine. That you would cause this conflict to come to an end. Give us a safe trip home. In Jesus' name, amen.
Thanks, Jesse. Roll call, roll call, Vicky.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Commissioner Howard,
Here.
Commissioner Scola,
Here.
Commissioner Rubin,
Present.
Commissioner Van Alstine,
Here.
Commissioner Heckler.
Here. Thank you. Public comment sheets for anyone wish to, yes. Morning.
Morning.
Hey, Sherry.
Morning. My name is Sherry Knight, and at this time I would like to call Deputy Charlie Farrar, Sergeant Tim Mosier, and Deputy Adam Parent up here with me. I would like to recognize these guys for a job well done. On August 7th, Deputy Charlie Farrar was on duty at the Antrim County Sheriff's Department. While performing his routine cell check, he saw an inmate unresponsive. He immediately requested for Sergeant Mosier to respond to the cell. Her fists were clenched and her eyes were rolled back in her head, and she was not responding to her name. They immediately contacted Central Dispatch, and Charlie Farrar retrieved a box of Narcan and administered a dose of Narcan. After the initial dose, a sternum rub was performed. She became minorly responsive and another box of Narcan was retrieved. A second dose was administered, still only minorly responsive. A third dose of Narcan was again administered. The nurse arrived on scene and a fourth dose of Narcan was administered. At this time, EMS arrived at the Sheriff's Department and Deputy Farrar escorted her to the hospital. At the hospital, she signed a waiver that she refused all medical treatment and they released her back to the sheriff's department. On the way back, she became unresponsive again. So they pulled over to the side of the road and the ambulance was again called. And she was taken at this time to Munson Medical Center. Charlie Farrar was relieved of his duties around 8:30 and returned back to the jail. And Munson Hospital released this inmate at 1:30 in the morning. So Deputy Parent was on duty that next morning, the following morning. And when he responded to her cell, he observed a small plastic bag in her sink. And she started showing signs of distress and became unresponsive again. And she was administered another dose of Narcan and the hospital was called. He followed her to the hospital and they released her about 2 hours later back to the sheriff's department and she's still in custody today. So I would like to present them all with a life-saving award.
If you can do.
Good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing today? Fantastic. Devin Hulk, Antrim County Sheriff. Well, there you are, Angel. Jeff, come on up, sir. Jeff Fletcher is one of our newest deputies with Antrim County. He's in his final stages of field training, doing a fantastic job, and he lives in our community. So I welcome Deputy Fletcher. Thank you. And this is Angel Shower. This is Angel Shower. Her first day is today. She is one of our newest dispatchers. And she comes to us. She originally came from Mantalona. And I believe Trevor City you're living now or?
Trevor City.
Okay, very good. So I welcome Angel. She is not new to the law enforcement world. And she's gonna do extremely well. So thank you for choosing us. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
We'll introduce our staff to the board and obviously to the public. So I have 4 more deputies I want to introduce, but obviously they're not working today. So, but thank you for your time.
Thank you for
Thank
introducing
us.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Any other public comments? Okay, moving on. Can I get a motion to approve the agenda, please?
I'll make that motion.
Is there a second?
I'll support.
Discussion. All those in favor, please say aye. Anyone opposed? Minutes from August 21st, any corrections? Can I get a motion to approve the minutes, please?
I'll make a motion.
I'll support that. Supported, any discussion on those? All those in favor, please say aye.
Yes.
Anyone opposed? Any liaison or committee reports? Okay, no unfinished business, new business, I get a motion, to approve claims and accounts in the amount of $32,295.89.
Make that motion.
I'll second that motion. Any questions on bills? Jared?
Number 52 and 53, they're both with SD. I don't remember what that was.
Sheriff's Department.
Oh, thanks.
Anything else?
Number 5, sheriff, it's sheriff mattresses, right?
Yeah, that's 15 mattresses. Those are not, that's not a single mattress.
Okay. All right, yeah, good.
Okay, move second, all those in favor, please say aye. Anyone opposed? Appointments and reports, we have Paula's here, I know Amy's here as well, the Commission on Aging, talk to us about expenditure services presentation. Good morning.
Good morning. Jeremy, a little slideshow you're gonna play. I'm here this morning, seeking your approval to move forward to trying to raise some funding, for this proposed adult day, but before we kind of get into that, I wanted to give you an overview of the work that progressive companies did with, the Commission on Aging, with the county, with many leaders throughout the, county, to kind of really discuss what really is the need for this type of program and the needs for the Commission on Aging going forward. And I think that they did a really good job with their visioning session and really helping people understand what the growing needs of older adults are. I think most of us probably can relate to having a family member who's lived a good long life, but maybe at the end of their life at some point, they might have developed some dementia or Alzheimer's, and as we all know, that can create a strain on the family because they're really trying to keep them in their own home and providing them support services, but the need for respite to get a break is a growing need in our society. And so an adult day service kind of program is really a efficient, effective way to provide those services. And currently at the commission, we have a waiting list for that. It's not huge, but I think if people were to learn about a program such as this, it would be utilized for 4 hours a week or 40 hours a week, depending on what the need of the family was. And just this morning, I got an inquiry, actually came in a couple of days ago, and I was answering her. I was away and new to this community, to Belair, and she said that her husband has Alzheimer's and she was reaching out to find what kind of services we might have. And so I did tell her about respite, but it's hard to really provide that kind of service efficiently and effectively because you gotta send somebody on a one-to-one for 4 hours a week or something, which is hardly any relief at all. So, Jeremy, we got it up here, don't we? So we did, go through the visioning and we have reinforced, what we already have discussed before here. We need to, obviously find funding to do this project and to engage stakeholders, grants, those kinds of things. Currently, the Commission on Aging, we're certainly meeting and exceeding the needs of our seniors in our current space to provide all of the other services we give, such as foot care and tax preparation and just a lot of things that we do in each and every day. We're kind of on top of each other, trying to provide these things as well as activities. We see within 36 months, we probably have a high utilization of the respite, the personal care like bathing, grooming portions of an adult day. But what I want to point out to you is there are people who do need the supervision provided in an adult day, in an adult day kind of day program. But then there are so many others in this community that are living in housing that really to try to get into their bathrooms, to give them bathing and showering. It's very difficult because they're not handicap accessible and it's very hard work for our caregivers. So we'd be able to actually provide some personal care services to people. Again, efficiently and effectively in an adult day kind of setting, but not all those people would need all of the services. So we see this as dual purpose. We would be having our current congregate seniors that already come to us. And if you've been over at the center, you'll see that we're kind of busting at the seams with the programming that we're already providing with the meals and activities and whatnot. But we'll be able to use this new space if we should be so lucky to get it for both the congregate and the adult day people. Again, this would be a reason that people would want to maybe relocate to our area, such as a lady that just got in touch with me today, new to Blair. And really the capacity of the adult day space within this program addition, we could take care of up to 10 to 12 people at a time, or probably 30 at any given time, because like I already explained, they're not always there at the same time altogether. So and then we did work out a proposed probable cost of this and a schedule. So this is the configuration that we all came up with together. Like I mentioned, we did involve a lot of key stakeholders in the community to give their insights about, again, the need of this type of a program. What is the kind of spatial need for it? And what would this look like and how could it attach and where would we drop off people and all of that? And we had some really good input. So this would be the basic space. And then also how it would attach to our current building, and there would be a drop off like in the front, and it would be large enough for ambulances as well as the bus, and it would be more safe than we have right now. I think if you're over there, you would see that the way the traffic flow goes, it would be very easy to hit somebody the way that it is, and so it's been thoughtfully thought out to kind of make it more safe from a traffic perspective. And so this would be a block drawing of how we would envision. So you would see that in the lighter blue area, that would be the space for the day. And then the darker blue is our activity area, which would be dual purpose with our current seniors who use the setting now. We would have in the red, it would be a place for like flu clinics and shots and foot care and any other kind of health types of support that we provide people. And then in the yellowish area, that's a dual purpose room for like the Medicare counselors, staff counselors, and those kinds of services. And of course, the gray black is existing, and that's just go ahead, Jeremy. A picture of what it might look like if we were to design such a building. So I think that the Progressive Company really did do a good job with us with engaging stakeholders and coming up with a proposed schematic. We did have them give us an estimate of probable cost. The first time they came to us, it was a little bit higher than we would have cared for, so we sent them back to the drawing board a little bit and made some refinements. And so at this point, we're really looking at about a 3.3 to $3.96 million project, which I know is a little higher than we had hoped for going into all of this. But as we all know, after COVID, things have more than doubled in terms of construction. So I think given all of that, we've done a good job with sizing and really just trying to be effective about what we're doing. And at this point, I know that we would need to raise some funds and some grants and all of that. And adding the adult day concept to this type of program, it really helps us achieve a few things. Number one, it is state of the art in terms of what's being provided to adult in older communities. And it's a more effective way of providing our services. As I already said, you know, when we staff one-on-one, we have the travel time, you have the time in the home. For a bath or a shower alone, that's more than an hour once a week for the clients. And perhaps we could group some of these people and have their caregivers out to do these things in the center, even if they don't need the whole adult day supervision part. The rest of it right now, it's one-on-one, 4 hours, you know, once a week, which is very expensive, and the travel to get to different points of our county, I mean, that takes a lot of time. So we really could use our resources more effectively. I'm not suggesting we won't do some of the home in the care, you know, care and home or respite, but I think we could help a lot more people and do it for about the same kind of staffing costs. So that is where we're at, and I have been in touch with some local funding organizations, and I've reached out to other people trying to get leads on other kinds of federal grants, state grants to become interested in such a program. And I have a few meetings set up with people to get some consultation on perhaps a capital campaign. Because I know that as a county, we don't have the dollars to invest in this. We have some fund balance in the Commission on Aging to show our part, but I, believe that with the help of the AAA and some of the contacts that we've already made, we might have opportunity to try to get some funding for such programs. So we'll stop there and see if there's any questions.
Thanks, Paul. Questions? Sure.
Yeah, just curious, do you have a rough idea of how much money would come out of the COA fund balance?
Well, I'd love to see that limited. We have at this point, Jeremy, what about a 1 million or so?
No, it's only 850.
Yeah. So obviously we have that there, but our goal would be to try to seek funding and grant dollars to minimize the use of that. But we do have that there to be able to help support. But at this point, I'm not really proposing a number because I think we have to see is there funding out there available.
Cause I've had some constituents that are not in favor of this and they, especially with their support of the COA millage, if the COA millage is gonna be used for adult daycare, then they're not in favor of the COA millage anymore, so. You know, it is what it is.
We have a unique county here geographically. And you mentioned travel and points of the county. Can you comment about maybe a challenge that we will face, and I'll pick on myself, Elk Rapids Elk Rapids Township. Southern Elk Rapids Township is a long ways from Bel Air. And I'm gonna pick on Ray too. Northeast, Warner Township is a long ways from Bel Air. How do we address that concern that, how am I gonna get my dad to this?
Sure. Yeah, we've had, some discussions with the transit about this very thing, and the way that I envision it is, maybe, we can give some respite a day or two a week by sending transportation out there and trying to serve the people there and pick them up at their home and come in. And again, that would be another way that we could look into funding to see if they can help us support such transportation. I'm not saying we have it all worked out, but I think we could group the different portions of our geography to try to, again, be more efficient about transportation and try to schedule them together, perhaps to provide some of their respite.
Well, I can give a little bit of input on this too. At the COA meeting, the Board of Advisors meeting, we had a discussion with the Antrim County Transportation. And Christine was going to start looking at a program to do a pickup, like where we'd say Elk Rapids area. They would make a sweep and pick up people that needed to come into COA for a bath or whatever. And then after it was done, COA would take and make like a school bus route, make a loop and take all the people back home again. And that was amazing that she had that plan already developed and brought it to COA and was telling us that this is something that they believe that they'll be able to do. So I think that'll help a lot with your area and Bill's area both, that we'll be able to offer that to pick people up. So.
If I can expand your concept, not only just for adult day, but we could pick people up to come in for meals, which right now, because of transportation, some of those same people are restricted to come into the different congregate sites.
Just curious, approximately how many people do we serve in their homes right now?
Yeah, we have, both the homemaking services as well as the personal care, and so I think together about 60.
And I have my constituent, his wife has pretty bad dementia, and he's indicated that anytime you take her out of the house, she gets more confused and it just, she's up for most of the night then, and he just doesn't see that this would be, it would cause more problems in the end than, I mean, he could really use a break,
Right.
but you pay for it afterwards.
So I'm not gonna say that isn't true of some people with the dementia, but then there's others that would actually do better in such a facility socially. So I think you got both, and I'm not saying we would stop providing in-home care or respite. I think we can help more people by having them in a congregate kind of situation, but I'm not saying it's for everyone. So you're right.
But we're not committing any money right now. So I mean, we're letting her explore. And it's something we need to look forward to. We keep saying that our county's getting older or look to the future of, you know. So I'll make a motion that we allow to authorize the director county administrator to pursue the next phase of Commission on Aging facility, which will include developing a capital campaign, pursuing grant opportunities to help finance projects.
I'll second the motion. Any further discussion? Sheriff.
Yeah, just a comment that time, energy, and effort by administration is money, time is money. And we got a jail project going forward, we're not gonna take care of everybody all the time, and it just reminds me of my 6-year-old. I asked him to set the table, put the silverware on. And he starts going to the kitchen to do it. Oh, I'd like a glass of cold water. He stops midway to the kitchen. What is he supposed to do? Is he supposed to set the silverware, or is he supposed to get a cold glass of water? I think are we gonna focus on a jail, or are we gonna spread it out and we're gonna try and do everything? And I just don't think we should be directing our administrator to do that at this time.
What does he have to say about this?
Will be more work, yes, but we have a strong team. Paulo comes with a lot of knowledge and experience. I'm not concerned about attacking multiple projects. We do that on a regular. And as always, I make do, no matter what, but the opportunity to, for me, it's a big opportunity when this was originally brought to me. Don't increase staff, still provide in-home services, and actually open up the opportunities for those that can't leave, while also providing not only for the people that are on the waiting list, but additional services. So not to mention the massive opportunities for investments from state, from grants, because this is the trend. We're at the point where this is what everybody's pushing for, because they do see it as the most efficient way to provide these necessary services. So to me, it's worth it, and we'll make the room.
Yes. Okay, I did have a motion in a second.
Well,
Yeah.
So, I agree with Jairus in a way that, I mean, we're talking about a public safety center. We also have the Bel Air Dam issue that's a huge priority, so we're gonna be dealing with that. We talked about the ACT bus and, I'm kind of reminisce thinking about, GTI and how, they get. The clients for GTI, they get a discount from ACT, however, the discount's not enough, and it hurts GTI, their bottom line. I also have never had a constituent in my district talk about, adult daycare. And I'll say this too, so, I mean, the far east side of the county, if just hypothetically, if somebody had to take their loved one to Bel Air, most of the people on the far east side of the county, Gaylord is closer than Bel Air, you know, and most people do their business in Gaylord, so that just doesn't work out for them, so. But I'm, you know, I'm in agreement. I mean, I think it'd be a wonderful project. I'm not, and then I look at the cost, the high cost is 3.96 million. And I'm telling you, as the sun comes up, it's gonna be more than that. I mean, there's gonna be at least 10% cost overruns. And I understand that maybe the money will be raised because the taxpayer shouldn't be on the hook for this. That's my comments.
Thanks, Rick. Any other comments? Vicky, I'm gonna ask for a roll call vote, please.
Okay. Commissioner Hellwood,
Yes.
Commissioner Van Alstone,
Yes.
Commissioner Rubin,
No.
Commissioner Scola,
No,
Commissioner Jeffrey.
Yes. Thank you. Moving on, still Commission on Aging, authorization to sign standard contract for services. Looking for a motion to authorize the Commission on Aging Director to execute standardized contract for services for Commission on Aging services as needed.
I'll make that motion. I'll support.
Okay, moving support, any questions? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Thank you, I appreciate it. Next, looking for motion, interagency mutual assistance agreement, looking for a motion to authorize the sheriff to sign a mutual assistance agreement with the Village of Bel Air and those similar with other law enforcement agencies for interagency audio visual reporting.
Make that motion.
Support, support questions.
I do have a question.
Yeah.
Approximately, we have an idea how often this service is gonna be utilized.
That would be a better question for the sheriff.
I mean, this is gonna be for villages,
Yeah, this is already happening. It's just a matter of being in compliance.
all,
Yes, obviously it all depends on how many individuals they're gonna interview. Because when you start getting into felonies, you have to have a recorded interview by statute. So it all depends, Commissioner. So
how many have you done in the last 6 months?
we've had
Rough number.
roughly probably three individuals that needed to be interviewed from different departments. So if that helps.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you, Sheriff. Thank you. Any other questions? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Thank you. Housing, oh, nope, it's one of our first, sorry. Thank you. Looking for a motion, this is our rapids memorandum of understanding for motion authorized chair to sign a renewal memorandum of understanding with our rapids for the walk up park at the Elk Rapids State Park.
I'll make that motion.
I'll support.
Okay, support questions. Being none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Housing North letter of support. No motion authorized chair to sign a letter of support on behalf of the Board of Commissioners for the Housing North application to Michigan Office of Rural Prosperity, Rural Readiness Grant Program.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
I'll make that motion.
I'll support.
Okay, moved and supported questions. Yes.
Yeah, just a comment, I guess, Housing North has had meetings in Banks Township in the past and township and supervisor weren't terribly impressed and they're not happening anymore, so I'm not favorable.
Any other comment? Thank you, Jerry. Yep. Okay, Vicky, I'm gonna ask for a roll call vote for that one as well, please.
Commissioner Van Alstone,
Yes.
Commissioner Scola,
no,
Commissioner Hellwood,
Yes.
Commissioner Rubin,
No.
Commissioner Jeffrey.
Yes. Motion passes. Freedom of, discussion points, now, freedom of information appeal, denial memorandum from Jeremy. Jeremy, you want to summarize, please?
Yes, our policy has an appeals process in which
Anybody denied a FOIA can appeal to the Board of Commissioners first. Prior to putting this in the circuit court, the law allows them to put it in circuit court, our policy allows something in prison. The the individual did not feel like it fit the requirements. We reviewed it again, looked it over, discussed it, and it absolutely fits the exemptions in our opinion.
Thank you. I'll make a motion to uphold the disclosure of denial as indicated in our packet.
Full support.
Heard by Jason, questions? None. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone
Yes.
opposed? Thank you. That takes us, I believe, right down to Jeremy's report. Any questions for Jeremy?
How are the windows down?
They're coming up, they're here, they're being installed as we speak.
Yeah, I see that. Well, it says, I'm sure I have to pay attention to it.
There was a couple that didn't make it, but that's being.
Other questions? Jackson?
Number 5, Michigan Indigent Defense. Any further update on that or not?
Not so far. It's been, I mean, one of those that just tends to drag out longer than it seems it should, but it doesn't.
Jeremy, thank you. Thank you for following up with Connect Harvest Industries. Any other specifics you'd like to provide other than what's in your memo?
Yeah, I mean, just, it doesn't look like a lot has changed since the board was last updated. The concept of a resolution of support has been broached, and I was working with GTI's director to put together something for the board for the next meeting.
Because it indicates that North Country Community Mental Health interpretation of new rules are that GTI must change how they work with their clients in order to qualify the fund. That's still the position.
It is.
Thank you. Any other questions? Chairman's report. I just want to mention, this is just, please give some thought to, us going to, Board of Commissioners going to one meeting a month. I'm sure there's pitfalls and challenges to that, and everyone, please just give us some thought. It's just a random idea that I have. I'm motivated solely by trying to save a couple dollars. And that's what we'll do. I suspect that there's challenges. I suspect there's major potholes that I haven't thought of. So any ideas on that as we move forward here over the next few months? So I appreciate feedback. I appreciate Jeremy getting feedback. Let's see, Jason, any last comments? Jerry? Ray? Jared? The final public comment today. Okay, that's it. We're adjourned over to the chair. Thank you very much.
Great.